The Yom Tov of Shavuos celebrates the Jewish people receiving the Torah at Sinai. Though hundreds of thousands stood there, the Jewish people's encampment is described in the singular. That's because they were camped there like a single entity, like one person with one heart. This level of unity wasn't merely a shared mindset in excitement for an event. It was a prerequisite for receiving the Torah. They couldn't have received the Torah without it. Why? The Torah was given for all the commandments in it to be kept, and every Jewish person at Sinai said they would do them all. They said, "Everything that Hashem has spoken, we will do." There are 613 mitzvos. They correspond to the 248 limbs and 365 sinews of a person's body. Doing all the mitzvahs is important because it takes all 613 of them to perfect a person, down to the last limb and sinew. But how is it possible for them to make such a pledge? And how is it possible to achieve this perfection? No single person can do all the 613 commandments. Some are only applicable to landowners, and others are only applicable to people that own animals, some only to men, and others only to women. How could a person stand at Sinai and say, "We will do all that God says," when that person isn't capable of doing all the 613 commandments? The answer is that individuals of the Jewish nation are all part of one complete person. They just perform different functions. In the same way that the heart, lungs, and liver are all parts of the same body, but each has a different function, every Jew is needed for their role. Every Jew needs to do what they are capable of and help others to do what they can. In this way, those who can perform certain commandments benefit others that cannot. They benefit the entire nation because it is all one person. Let's think about a person's lungs and legs to illustrate this point. A person doesn't walk with their lungs. That's not what they're for. But when a person uses their lungs for what they can do, to take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide, it helps the entire body. A person doesn't breathe with their legs, but when someone runs away from danger, the entire body benefits. When one Jew does what they're supposed to, it helps every Jew. Strengthening one part of the body means the body as a whole is stronger and healthier than it was before. As one person, made from every Jew, the Jewish nation could say they will do all of the commandments because they are all part of one whole. This idea that every individual Jew is part of one complete person helps us understand the commandment "Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha," to love your fellow like yourself. The like yourself part is very literal, not in a physical sense, in a spiritual sense. In physical terms, we are all separate people. If the defining factor of a person's sense of self is their body, our physical bodies are indeed distinct and separate from each other. It would be very hard to have the same instinctive love for another person as one has for himself. It might even be impossible. But that's not the case. The essence of a person is their spiritual dimension, the neshama. Every Jew's soul is rooted in the divine and remains connected to that point. The spiritual dimension of every Jew is connected to each other at the point of source and is all one at that point. We all come from and are attached to the same single neshama. This is like thick rope made from thousands of fibers. At the top of the rope, the fibers are twisted tightly together into one. But at the bottom, the fibers are separate so that each fiber is distinct. Our souls all come from the same source and remain connected to that point. It's just that in this world, all we see are the individual and distinct threads at the bottom. Genetics offers a good illustration of this concept. Every cell in the body has the exact same DNA. The cells in a person's ear contain the same DNA as the cells in their foot. It's just that in the ear part of the DNA is switched on, so to speak. And in the foot part is switched on. Every cell holds the complete genetic blueprint for the entire organism. It just manifests differently, depending on the cell. The Jewish people work the same way. Every Jew has the same essence that incorporates the entire Jewish people. They just manifest differently. This idea is seen in the Torah itself. The Sfas Emes writes that the Torah is the ultimate form of perfection and completion, because every letter of the Torah contains the entire Torah, which is all one, Every letter in the Torah represents a Jew. Every Jew contains the essence of every other. We are like one person, and we have one Torah. This is the amazing gift we received on Shavuos. We have a lot to celebrate.